Leonardo da Vinci, Claude Monet, Vincent van Gogh, Pablo Picasso, Andy Warhol. What do these artists have in common? They are all men. Throughout art history, the most successful and famous painters were all men. Today, we are going to look at the artwork of another famous artist. But this artist is different because she is a woman. One of the most famous female artists ever. What do these paintings have in common? Georgia O'Keeffe lived to be 98 years old. She decided to become an artist when it was proper for women to only teach art, and she is one of America's most famous artists. Georgia O'Keeffe loved to paint things that she found in nature, like flowers, the landscapes of New Mexico, seashells, and even animal bones that she found in the desert. Georgia O'Keeffe's love of nature comes from the fact that she was born and raised on a big farm in Wisconsin. Her years spent living on the farm created an appreciation for things found in nature and the beauty of the natural world. After Georgia graduated high school, she moved to New York City to study art. New York City was much busier and more exciting and interesting than the farm that she grew up on in Wisconsin. At first, Georgia loved New York City. She even painted some cityscapes of the skyscrapers and buildings that surrounded her every day. While in New York, Georgia met a man named Alfred Stieglitz. He was a famous photographer and he owned an art gallery. He exhibited some of Georgia's first paintings. Eventually, they fell in love and got married. But it wasn't long before Georgia longed to be back to nature. Eventually, Georgia O'Keeffe moved out west to New Mexico, where the beautiful landscapes and all of the nature surrounding her inspired her artwork. It was here in New Mexico that Georgia O'Keeffe created some of her most famous paintings. She is best known for her paintings of large, beautiful flowers that fill the whole canvas. In real life, when you look at a flower, you see the stem and the leaves, all the parts of the flower. But that's not what Georgia wanted to focus her attention on. She wanted people to feel the power and the beauty of nature. So she focused on the flower itself, zooming in on it very close, almost as if you were a bumblebee right next to that flower. Sometimes Georgia would paint her flowers so large and so close, you can't even tell what they are. Because of this, Georgia O'Keeffe's paintings are very original. She often found beauty in things that most people would ignore or never even notice, and she was able to show the beauty and love of nature in her paintings.